confirm, click go live. Ay caramba. Kevin is in chat. And that shows streaming. And Greg is on the phone with me. Say hello, Greg.
Hello.
All right. And then I'm going to see if I can get this showing up. And Sam is back. Awesome. And I'm bringing up continuation on my computer 3. And it shows me audio is working. All right, so my bit rate showed that it was at 4370. So I don't know how or why you guys were seeing 16,000. Also, obviously, I don't know why we were getting stream quality problems. So here I'm going to stream health. It's telling me right now stream is healthy. So Greg is on the phone with me. Looks like we've got 6 viewers back now. And I don't know how many actually realized that we were coming back in. So Greg, can you tell us where you're at right now?
I'm in the boot menu and it's showing boot override is my C drive.
Boot override is your C drive.
Right.
That sounds like an odd wording to me.
I just clicked on it, now it's restarting.
It's restarting. You're trying to get it to restart to the USB memory stick, which is connected. Yes?
Right, I connected it. Let me go back to restart.
All right, and you disconnected that second internal drive.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna go to shutdown. Restart. I'm hitting the delete key.
All right. And are you?
I thought that boot override option would refresh when I clicked on it, but I guess not.
I would expect it to be a boot order where you can move the USB above the C drive.
Okay, I'm back in the BIOS. Okay, I'm gonna go back to boot.
So you're in the BIOS, you're going to a menu option of some sort called boot.
Yeah, I'm trying to click on it now. My mouse is acting up a little bit.
All right.
There we go. Okay, it says boot option and priority. Samsung is the first one listed as number 1. UFI general USB flash disk 11 is boot option 2. And boot option 3 is the same thing, flash disk 11, and then general USB.
Okay, so
boot override still shows nothing but the Samsung. Let me scroll down.
okay, but is there a method?
It's showing 2 more partitions.
Is there a method to move one of those above the others?
Is there what?
A method to move one of those choices above the others? Because it sounds to me like your first boot option there is your
It says the C drive.
C drive, which is your
No,
M.2.
Charlie.
Yeah, that's what I said. C is in Charlie.
Okay.
That's your first choice. You need to get the USB boot above that one.
Okay, I've got 3 options. Partition 1, partition 2, and flash disk 1100.
Are those options within?
Within the boot override.
Okay, so I'm looking at the chat to see if somebody's got some advice on that. Boot menu is one-time choice. Boot order is changed in BIOS. He's in BIOS. He's in the BIOS setup screen right now. And I think he's not understanding how to change the order of the boot drives in BIOS. And Sam is saying page 42, but I don't know what you're referring to. Oh, the motherboard manual. Okay, so what's the manufacturer model of the motherboard again? I'm going to try to pull up a manual.
Asus X470-Foxtrot.
Foxtrot and manual. Okay. Asus provides this manual as is. That's from an Asus site. X470F Gaming. That looks good. Let's see, what did that do? That downloaded the PDF, and I'm being told page 42. All right, click up here for the page numbers. And this is a motherboard, appears to be a motherboard manual. Type in 42, enter. Front I/O connector, but that is not actual page 42. These page numbers are hyphenated in sections and page numbers, so I'm thinking this is a different publishing. So I'm going to the table of contents looking for basic installation, BIOS setup, advanced mode, easy mode. You might be needing advanced mode, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in the advanced mode.
You're in advanced mode, okay. So it looks like it's section 3. Can you control my favorites? So that goes, there's a boot menu, 318. Can I click to that? Boot menu, fast boot. After power loss. And boot devices control. That's not actually showing me menu options. My favorites. Here's what's seeing actual screens at 310. All right. Going back to table of contents. Take a closer look. There's fan control, there's easy mode, 3-6, 3-3, 3-6. Scrolling down to 3-4. Yeah, okay. This looks good. Zooming in this area. So I'm looking at a screen that shows me boot menu options across the top of my favorites: main, AI tweaker, advanced, monitor, boot, tool, exit.
Right.
That's what you're looking at, okay?
Yeah. Top section says boot option priorities. The bottom section says boot override.
Okay, I'm not at that screen yet, so I think you've already selected the menu option called boot.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to try to get to a place in this menu that shows me what is on that page. That's not it. No. Memory stuff, my favorites, no. Okay, I'm going to do a Control F and type boot. See if that helps me get to the right place. I could do boot options perhaps. You cannot add user managed items such as language and boot order to my favorites. Don't care. And there's the word boot. No, that's not it. Boot menu. Fast boot. Boot configuration. Boot devices, control. Select the type of devices you want to boot. Secure boot, boot override. To select boot device during system startup, press F8 when the ASUS logo appears. Boy, that sounds interesting. Boot options, priorities. Secure boot. Did you find secure boot? Because we know that needs to be turned
I was
off.
looking for it. I can't figure out where it's at. Oh, here it is. Secure boot.
Is it on?
Right above the boot option priorities. Let me double click on.
Is it on or off or what?
The secure boot state is user. Platform state is unloaded. OS type is other OS. And then there's key management below that.
Well, that's clear, isn't it? No. Do you understand from that one which one we want? We want secure boot to be off, but none of those options you read sounds like that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
You agree.
It's not saying that it's on.
Secure boot. This item allows you to configure Windows Secure Boot settings and manage its keys to protect the system from... Oh, okay. Maybe I understand it. Read those choices again.
It says secure boot state, and then on the right it says user, and platform key, PK state, unloaded. And then OS type, other OS. And then below that is key management.
Okay, the first line of that said...
It says secure boot state, user.
Is there an alternative choice? Can you choose something other than user?
No, I can't. It's not a drop down or anything like that.
Are there any changes that you can make in this section, or is this just information?
The only thing that's got a drop down is the other OS.
So are you saying then this is not a place where you can make changes? Other OS. No.
Yeah. And then when I click on the drop down, it says Windows UEFI mode.
Yeah. Okay. Let me catch up on chat here. Sam says my manual.
Okay. Here it says the Microsoft Secure Boot can only function properly on Windows UEFI mode.
All right.
So it must not be set.
Well, no, I don't agree with that because we have a Windows operating system and we are in UEFI mode. So
Windows UEFI mode execute the Microsoft Secure Boot check.
But we don't want secure boot. We want to deactivate secure boot in order to boot from a USB device. Because the thing that secure boot does is it prevents.
Yes, and it has to be set to other OS because the narrative down below says Windows UEFI mode execute the Microsoft boot check. Only select this option when booting on a Windows UEFI mode or other secure boot compliant operating systems. So with it set to other OS, it shouldn't be running a secure boot. If I'm reading this right.
Yeah, I'm not.
Down at the bottom it has an asterisk. The Microsoft Secure Boot can only function properly on Windows UEFI mode. And that was not selected. I've never changed that.
Okay, I think it's okay the way it's set then because it sounds to me like secure boot is not in effect right now.
That's what I'm reading too.
Yeah, and that's what we want. Okay, we don't want it to be in effect. But okay.
And now we got to figure out how to get it to boot from the USB.
Okay, so I'm seeing here right under that paragraph, boot option priorities. These items specify the boot device priority sequence from the available devices. The number of device items that appears on the screen depends on the number of devices installed in the system. To access Windows off...
Okay, if I click on the drop down for boot option number 2, I have General USB Flash Disk 1100, UFEI General USB Boot Partition 2, and then General general USB flash disk 1100 disabled.
Okay, I don't think we care about that because the next sentence that I'm just about to get to select the boot device during system startup, press F8. When the
Okay, so you want me to
ASUS,
restart?
yeah, go ahead and restart. When the ASUS logo appears, press F8
Okay.
rapidly.
And do exit. Come on.
Yeah, spam F8 right on Harambe.
Was it F10 for exit? Okay. Discard changes and exit.
Yeah, discard changes. Let's not keep
Yeah,
anything
we haven't
that you
changed anything.
we didn't intend to.
No. See if I can use the arrow down. Yeah, let's use the arrow down. Keyboard.
Yeah, ATEX, you're asking for a picture. No, he cannot.
Okay.
He cannot
now
send a
it's
picture.
restarting. Press F8.
Yes,
Okay, I'm pressing it.
you have to be doing that rapidly when you see the ASUS logo.
Yeah, because it already went to the login.
All right, then you have to do it again, and you
Yeah,
can
let me-
you can just
Okay. Please select the boot device.
awesome. All right,
It says USB flash disk 1100 partition 1, partition 2, and general USB flash disk 1100, and then it says enter setup. I don't think we want it.
so
Enter setup.
it sounds like you have three choices that indicate themselves as being the USB device.
Should I select the first one? It says UEFI general USB flash disk 1100 partition 1.
Okay, and your other choices was partition 2, and then you had a third choice of general partition, but all three of those identify themselves as the USB device, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah, they're all USB.
So yes, there are three USB choices. Okay,
Right.
so let's go ahead and do the first one. See what we get.
Okay, I'm going to do partition 1. Highlight it. I double clicked on it and it restarted.
All right,
And the USB, of course, is plugged in.
okay. And we've already established the second drive has been disconnected.
Yes, I physically removed the power and the data cable.
Okay, perfect.
I got the Republic of Gamers. I'm seeing the Windows gear spinning.
Does your
I got to an install page.
install page? Boom.
Yeah, English,
Yeah.
and US.
Yes.
Okay, so click next.
Yes.
Okay, next. Then install now or repair computer. Install now.
Install now.
Okay, click. Setup is starting. Okay, I'm gonna select. I do not have a product key.
Agreed. And I see there's some buffering on the screen.
It's highlighting Windows 10 Home, so I click next. Okay, I gotta accept the license,
All right.
and I want custom install, right?
Yes, custom install.
Custom install. Okay, so you need to delete. And that'll leave only drive 0 unallocated space.
Correct.
Okay, so the first one's highlighted. Click delete. Click OK. The second one, delete. Okay. Now all I've got is disk 0 unallocated space.
Okay.
And then click next.
Yep.
Okay, starting to do the install. Copying files.
All right.
So, getting ready for installation, it says.
All right. I'll stay with it.
This should be a little bit faster than my son's machine. My board's a little bit faster.
All right.
Looks like it's at 5% now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna a little bit respond to a couple things on chat.
Okay.
Because they did some responding about some buffering we were seeing, audio coming in and out now. Harambe asked, ever thought about using OBS instead of XSplit? I did, and I had troubles with OBS in my capture devices, and that's why I went to XSplit. I don't think OBS is obvious solution to every other product, so I don't know. And I have not had any experiences with this buffering stuff. Yesterday I had to replace my Comcast modem because my upload speed had gotten down to 0.30 megabits per second. Streaming wasn't going to work at that. When I brought the new router back and set it up, I got 600 megabits download speed and 15 megabits upload speed. I'm sorry, I meant megabits if I said gigabits. But today, my has been lower. Well, that's on my slow computer, so that's not a fair show. But what we care about is the upload speed, because that's where you get your streaming capability. So see, that's a problem. That should not be that low. It should just zip right up to 14, 15 megabits per second. That's showing 11.6 right now. Now, I'm guessing when we get the buffering, the upload is even more than that. So I'm thinking that I've got a Comcast problem other than my equipment, other than my software, because that is not stable. Now, let's go see what my streaming computer shows. First, I'm going to turn off the I'm going to tell it to hide XSplit from display capture so it doesn't show you that. And then I'm going to go to a speed test on my streaming computer, because it should be able to show the 600 megabits per second download if the download speed is still working well. And well, still that's not as high as it was yesterday, but that's still pretty decent. There, just hit 600, so that's showing good. Now this is on the actual computer that's doing my streaming. It's showing 2 megabits per second. That is the problem. I just got a new Comcast router yesterday. Last night and this morning it was showing me good speeds. Right now it is not. I think there's a problem with Comcast in my neighborhood. This is not my equipment or the software. So I think that is the answer to that. What are you reporting, Greg?
I'm at 88%.
88%. All right. And then
91 now.
yeah. All right. I'm going to show 88, 91. Oh, okay. We're getting close. Then instead of showing some other stats on my computer, I think I'll hang with you a little bit.
It's at 96% now.
All right. I'll give a quick show of this. Right down here in the bottom left corner of my screen, you guys see my CPU is showing 45%, 34%, 39%. And let's see, GPU 20%, 19%, memory 895 megabytes. So my computer's not overtaxed.
Okay, it finished. It's installing features, installing updates as bowls now. Windows needs to restart to continue, restarting in 5 seconds. It's restarting the first time. Got the post beat. Windows
Oh wow, my download speed now is showing 0, and then it started going up. Now I'm showing 3 megabits per second upload. It's very inconsistent. All right, what do you got, Greg?
It's doing several reboots. I see the Windows gear spinning.
All right.
Just went to a blue screen, says just a moment.
All right.
I think we've got success here.
Good.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
Oh,
Sign in here, set up your Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in. Your region is set to the United States. Is that right?
Yes.
Your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that?
Yes.
Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
Skip.
Now we have some important setup to do. Sit back and relax while we work our magic.
I hope so.
Please don't turn off your device. Okay, we got through this part of setup.
Greg, did you
Resume from Windows.
have to select Home or Pro?
It automatically highlighted and selected
Type
home.
your email address
Alright.
or phone number, then follow the instructions to sign in. I'll catch up with you once that's done.
It says let's add your account. Do I click maybe later?
Yeah, maybe later. You know, it's asking me that because you are connected to the internet. That's Ethernet or Wi-Fi?
It's Ethernet.
And we're not connected to that computer right now. Why don't you just disconnect that cable? It might give you an easier method of doing a local account.
Disconnect the internet cable. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
we should have done that before we started, but
Okay, the Ethernet cable's disconnected. All I've got is a button for learn more or next.
let's
And then
do next.
privacy cookies and terms of use. That's the only thing that's on the screen.
Yeah, let's do next.
All right, let me pull the keyboard out and click next. And it's still telling me to put my email address, phone number, Skype name in there.
That's fine.
And there's
Just put a couple of unintelligible characters and click next, and it'll say that's not a valid email address. And if you do that 2 or 3 times, I think it's going to offer you a local account instead.
Oh, there's a button for create an account.
We don't want to create an account.
Okay.
That's
All
not a
right,
good.
I put 3 characters in there. Next. Invalid. Click next again.
Yeah, and watch elsewhere on the screen. Maybe the bottom left corner there might be a link to use a local account or continue with limited setup.
Not letting me get past it. I put in a couple extra characters.
Try it again. Just don't type in anything that looks like an email address.
Put in a few more characters.
Yeah, the number of characters is irrelevant.
I keep clicking next.
Okay, describe everything that's on that screen. That's a fairly...
Let's add your account. And there's a place for my email name or an X to close it, but I think that's shaded. Says enter a valid email address, phone number, or Skype name. And right below it says create account. Then privacy and cookies is on the left-hand side, terms of use, and learn more and next. That's it.
And you said something about an X to close?
Next to the email field.
Okay, try that.
Okay. I'm still saying enter an email address, email, phone number, or Skype.
You know what? We did originally find that your computer was logging in with a Microsoft account, and it seems to
I
me...
believe that I created that when I did the very first install.
And you actually did successfully type in the password for that.
It's not asking for a password.
No, listen to me. When we changed you from logging in with a Microsoft account to using a local account, you had to type in your Microsoft password, and you did that successfully.
Okay, I'm putting it in now.
We'll put in that email address and then that
Put in
password.
that email address, greggmd@verizon.net.
In the line that it's asking for an email address, yes,
Yeah.
whatever that email address was, I don't remember what it was. And you did not see anything that you could click on that said, I don't have an email account, correct?
No, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I put my email address in there.
All right. So then click next.
Next. Still on the same page.
All right. I like...
My mistake. I left out a character. Can't tell if that's a comma or a period. Font is so small. Alright, that looks better. There was an issue looking up your account.
Okay.
Next, try again.
Let's stop right there. I like what the chat was saying to a couple of other people about just remove that USB memory stick and reboot the computer, and that should let us start this process again since we're starting.
Remove that. Do I click next or reboot?
Reboot the computer.
Control Alt Delete, I guess.
Yeah, try that. If that doesn't work, then just use the power switch because...
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Okay, just use the power button.
Okay, powering down. Okay, screen is black. Hard drive monitor LED is out.
Okay, and you got the USB disconnected.
Okay, powering back up.
Yep. And there should be a point, since you don't have the Ethernet connected now, and my recollection is in the bottom left corner, something like I don't have an account or I don't have internet.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I don't have internet.
Okay, that's just a moment.
All right.
Hi there. I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help. A little.
And you,
I just muted that.
good.
Waiting for Cortana to finish her intro speech.
Good point, Kevin. Yeah, I missed that.
Okay. Region is US. That's highlighted. I'm going to click yes. Just a moment. Keyboard, yes, US. Skip. I'm not going to have another keyboard. I do not have an internet. I'm going to click that.
Yeah.
Okay, just a moment. So discover more and connect. No. Continue with limited setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Now it says my name. I put Greg MD, my email address.
Nope, nope, just a simple login name. Your first name would be appropriate.
Alright. Okay, I put my first name in there and I'm going to click next. Password. Okay.
Well, if you want one, put it in. If not, don't.
Okay, click next. Confirm password. Click next after confirmation. Create security questions. Oh, geez.
Oh, so here's my tip for the security questions. Is just pick a question and put the answer of a lowercase a. Pick the next question in the list and just put in a lowercase a if you don't want to take the time to answer them correctly.
Lowercase alpha.
Yep.
A. Then click next. Lowercase alpha. Next. Lowercase alpha. Click next for the third time. Just a moment, it says.
So you did put in a password, correct?
Yeah.
And make sure you remember what that is, because.
Oh, yeah, I do.
All right.
Okay, it says use your face to sign up. Let me skip that for now, all right?
Agreed?
Skip that for now?
Yes.
Okay, skip for now. Do more across devices? No. Digital assistant, decline. Okay, now it's privacy settings. I'm going to turn those all off except for location. Okay, everything's off. Click accept. I'm saying just a moment. Cortana's coming back. Just a moment. Hi. We're getting everything ready for you. Never got this far before.
Yeah.
This may take several minutes. Do not turn off your PC. Of course not. And we very rarely have power failures in this area. I think there's only been about 5 in the whole 20 years that I've owned this house. I had the house built in late 95 and I moved in February 96, yeah. Yeah, this should have wiped out anything that was corrupted or incorrect in the system files or the registry.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if there was anything in there that was causing our problems, then that should be gone.
Okay, it's displaying almost there. I see a raw desktop.
Awesome. So let's see. Plug in your Ethernet and then
Okay,
go to.
hold on a second.
Yep.
Okay, Ethernet cable is plugged in. It says networks. Do you want to allow PC? I assume click yes for this if I remember right.
Yeah, if you want to allow PCs within your house to be able to communicate with each other. Yeah. And printers.
No, I So I select no.
Yeah, you can do no. It can always be changed later if you have a need for it.
Okay. And now it says, now that you're connected to the internet, able to finish up your device. I'm going to click OK. That's the only thing on the screen. Saying just a moment. Let's set up your device. Windows hello, no. Link your PC, no. 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 I'm gonna click remind me later.
All right.
Okay, I'm back at the desktop.
Okay, so open a web browser.
Okay, Microsoft Edge is listed.
That's fine.
It says welcome to the new Microsoft Edge. No buttons to click. There we go. Continue setup. Confirm. No, I don't want that. Continue without signing in. Okay, it took me a welcome to Microsoft Edge tutorial. I assume I can close that?
Yep, you can close that. I think there's an X in the upper right.
Okay. Welcome to Microsoft Edge. And there's buttons: performance, privacy, production, value, tips. Do I need to close that also?
Yeah, it pops up a bunch of choices and configurations that really don't matter.
Back to the desktop.
You're back to the
On
desktop.
the browser again
Yeah.
and search the web. Google.
Rather just type in the address bar logmein123.com.
Okay, let me.
It should take you straight to the website rather than having to pick from a list of search results.
Okay, it's L-O-G-me. Whoops. Log me in. Oops.
Log-
Go back. Log me in.
123.
23.com.
.com.
Mike. Okay. Press enter. Support connection.
Is it asking you for...
Can't remember what we got to put in there.
Yeah, it should be asking you for a 6-digit PIN code. I have to give that to you. It's unique every time.
Okay.
347112.
347112. Okay, let me click start download. Whoops, it went black. Okay, 347112. Start download. Starting download. NVIDIA control. I don't need to do that now.
The download should have come to the bottom left corner of the screen. You'll have to click on it to...
Click on open file.
Yep.
Okay, it's opened up the chat. And I gotta click on OK.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate that DAC or UAC prompt.
All right, so I got a ding on my side. I right click and choose start. And then I click on a launch remote control session button. That prompts you.
And I gotta click OK.
Yep.
OK is clicked.
Okay, so do you see the mouse moving on your screen?
Sure do.
Okay. And since I know we have some people listening that watch Carrie Holzman's channel, I will let you know that I do have Instant House Call as well. I've been paying their platform fee ever since Corona started, but I've got years and years of clients on LogMeIn Rescue, and I'm intending to get acquainted and familiarized with Instant House Call so I can start using both.
I think Mike Smith uses it.
Yes, he does also. And I've had some interaction with the owner of the company Yeah, can't think of his name right now, but anyway, let's move on here. We need to get, let's see, Zoom.us, and you have the webcam back at your computer now,
Yeah,
right?
it's plugged in.
Okay, so join a meeting, and then I'm putting in my meeting number, 559-500 3498, and click join. And that brings a download to the bottom left corner, since that's the first time for this Windows installation.
Right.
Answer yes to user account control. And here's the meeting passcode. Join meeting.
Lights are on.
And there you are, your test video is coming through. So now we click join with video, and we're going to hang up the phone call once we have audio coming through the computer.
Okay.
All right. Do you hear me on the computer?
No, not yet.
All right.
The volume up a little bit.
Now maybe you need to change. I'm going to click on your microphone button here and change your speakers to see which of these. Well, I'm going to just take the second one in order.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you.
You can't.
hear you.
You can't hear me through the computer speakers. So now I'll try the third one. And can you hear me now through your computer speakers?
Not hearing you.
All right. I'm going to check
It'll be the top one.
check the volume control here. That looks okay. And regardless of that, it should still work. So do I have my Zoom operational? Let me check. Maybe I closed. You know what? No, when I want 40 minutes of no activity, it actually stopped the Zoom session on my side.
Oh.
So I'm starting it. Here we go.
Still don't hear you.
Okay, I'm getting you over my headset now, so let's go back to your original choice here.
There you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Hanging up the phone.
Okay, goodbye. Ooh,
Oh boy, that was hard fought.
well, we accomplished it.
We did. We got here. Let me catch up with chat. Well, let's see. There hasn't been much since we started. Yeah, they're talking about you're on the old Edge probably from 1909. Can you check the WinVer? We hear them now. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do that. Let's get the screen set up here a little bit. I've got you on Zoom on screen. I'm going to switch. Whoops, no, I don't. I'm not watching what I have you on right. Okay, so let me get you fixed here. Actually, I don't think they've seen you yet, because I got too many screens to switch to. All right, and then we'll bump this one down, and then I've got to tell it where to get that Zoom meeting from. That's not right. Where is it? Oh, I've got to punch over here and click this one and scroll down in Zoom meeting. So that gets you on through XSplit, and then go back to the picture-in-picture with your computer and adjust this border because it never remembers that. Move that over here. Move your thumbnail of me down. All right, now then we can minimize your Edge browser, and here's your nice clean new desktop. And then we'll go full screen on that. And I don't think I need to stretch to fit window. No, I don't. So then, Windows key R, WinVer. 1909, 18363.418.
That's what we downloaded from Rufus.
It works. All right.
Now, the
So,
question is, will it do an update?
yep. So
Should.
Windows key, update space settings. That's my favorite way. Then press enter. and you're missing important security and
Yeah,
quality
I've been
fixes.
saying that for 5 months.
Yeah, duh, we know that. All right.
Probably going to be quite a few. Yeah, I suspected that.
Yep. So we'll let that go, and I'm going to respond to a few things in chat.
Okay.
I don't think you see chat now. I'd be calling my ISP Harambe. I called him yesterday and got a new gateway router from Comcast, and the numbers showed great last night and this morning. But yes, I will be calling them because now I have that inconsistent speed recorded on YouTube. All those times you saw me running that speed test over and over and over again while Greg was installing his Windows 10. That is all evidence for me now. Should be on the old Edge 1909, probably. I don't care about checking on the Edge version. We did the WinVer. Harambe saying we can hear him now, so you're able to hear Greg through the Zoom session. I'm assuming you were able to hear him while he was on the phone, but it wasn't as clear probably. And what version is it on now? We just demonstrated that. William Dawson, let's update. And that's what we have going. So my recollection is that this is going to do quite a bit of updates for 1909 before it offers 20H2 for us.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Theoretically, we could go... Well, now here is update for Windows 10 version 1909, the February 2021 update. Let's see. Oh, here's the 2103 cumulative update. So that's going to be a pretty big one. Oh, that's 5808. That's the one that has the Kyocera printing problem.
And we don't have a printer installed.
Right.
I was thinking about picking up one.
So now this process is going to take a while, and I don't know that having an M.2 really helps that. This is just a process that takes a while, seemingly on any computer.
Yeah, I've seen it for other videos. Might take 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. So responding to Sam, he says, we installed fiber here last year, 1,000 up, down, love it.
I can imagine.
Gigabit up and down. Yeah, that's great, but me as a single streamer, I'm not aware that over 15 megabits per second upload is going to really benefit me anywhere. If I had multiple people, then yeah, but the people that I know that have gone to gigabit up and down, they pay less for it. If you have fiber in your area, it's an awesome deal. Harambe says, I still wonder what prevented the update before. I agree, and we are still on the path to try to figure that out.
If you want to copy that corrupted OS that we backed up, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see that I could do anything with that because I'd have to have your hardware to restore that. Let's see. My guess is that this will update. Well, I'd say that we are inclined, Greg certainly is inclined to agree with that. I'm a little more skeptical, but I also think it will because I think the problem is actually with something about the emotional baggage of the Windows 10 installation on Greg's computer. But we don't know that for sure. I'm not entirely convinced of that, and part of the reasoning why I'm thinking we might encounter a problem is because the variety of things that we found on Greg's previous installation that was not working right. It wasn't just one thing that was broken.
Well, we've never gotten this far on the updates in the past 5 months.
Yes. So let me refresh the people in the chat because you may not know that. When Greg started this process with me, he reported that he hasn't been able to do any updates since October 2020. They all failed. So it wasn't just 20 H2. Each of the cumulative updates since then failed. So that makes me think there was something in that very next update for November, second Tuesday in November probably, or maybe it was the second Tuesday in October, that something there had a problem with the state of Greg's computer. Now, it could have been something in configuration, conflicting software, conflicting drivers, some triad of, this piece and this piece and this piece, and maybe a fourth or fifth piece, that when those are combined and there was a problem with something that Microsoft did with their update at that point, or there could be an actual hardware problem that only glitches when certain something or other is activated, and all those different troubles that we had may have been all triggering that same problem area. That's all speculation. That's all science fiction fantasy. We don't know. And we kind of want to find out. Kind of want to find out. That's kind of putting it mildly for me. I've had many times when I've pursued troubles to an unreasonable extent and then wound up having to bail just because I was unable to give more time to it and not knowing if I ever will figure it out. So let's see, there's some other questions here. Okay, I'll get back up a little bit higher before I jump in the middle. Still, we install fiber here. Okay, Harambe, still wonder what prevented. Fine. Dan the Man, my guess this will update. Agreed. Rick Hubbard, 1 gig download is dreamland here in England. William, I guess I'm lucky with my internet speed. Lucky to have 200 megabytes up and 12 megabits down. I think I said megabytes, meant megabits. 200 megabits up and 12 megabits down. Is that really what you meant to say, William? I would think 200 megabits down and 12 megabits up.
I agree.
Kevin, you can do a universal restore. Yes. I don't know that I would trust it. I never have actually tried it. I've been very curious about it. Universal restore means being able to restore an image back up to dissimilar hardware. Kevin says to dissimilar hardware with Acronis, but if it's his hardware could throw a loop. Yeah, exactly it. I mean, I could, if I were to restore his image to my hardware and not have a problem with it or have a problem with it, does that really prove anything? Either way. Sam asks, how many partitions do we have on the drive? Okay, we'll check on that in a little bit, Sam. Yes, because we had that question mark before. Harambe, Doug, do you typically uninstall the bloatware Windows comes with, like Candy Crush? The Windows Store apps I haven't fussed with. The bloatware I typically go after is what comes with manufacturers such as HP and Dell. The stuff from the Microsoft Store I haven't seen to be any of an interference, and I think it reinstalls on some updates anyway, so I have not been bothering with it. Kevin, I think it was corrupted operating system boot and nuke. And you could be right, and that may be a conclusion. We could, if this works, if this updates all the way through, we could choose to stop at that point and just transfer Greg's stuff from his old configuration to here. And I realize now I forgot to do Fab's auto backup before we went into this. I intended to do that. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. William, 90% of the time, if there is a hardware problem, Windows would not got this far. I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Kevin, was he the one with Steel Series APS error? Steel Series is a peripheral manufacturer. That sounds familiar. In those error messages we were getting, I do remember seeing something about a Steel Series in one of the errors.
I did a little research on that, and it says it's for Revival mouse and keyboards, and I'm just using a Logitech.
All right. I think the answer to that question, Kevin, is yes, and you'd certainly be able to confirm that in the video that we did 2 days ago with
Yeah, because
Greg.
we saw it multiple
Yeah.
times in
So
the
I'm
event.
pretty sure that was yes. William, Star Trek to go where no one has gone before. Yes, I am. I will buy that characterization. Let's see. I think I can actually show you where I'm reading this, can't I? Yeah, and then I'm kind of looking more at the camera. Star Trek to go nowhere one has gone before. William, sorry, reverse. Not sure what reverse means. Kevin, reverse the up and down numbers. Yeah, that's what you meant, reverse. Kevin, I have a PowerShell script to clear up the UWP app we're on. I know about those PowerShell scripts. I know they're out there, but frankly, in my business with my Office clients, they never look at those Office Store apps, and they just don't get in the way. So, no, I don't worry about it. Kevin, keyboard. Kevin Ranke, oh, weird. Not sure what those, I think those are maybe referring to your getting those numbers backwards. Okay, so let's come back and see how we're doing here. Pending installing 45%. Yeah, these processes can take quite a while. I'm not sure we want to keep the stream going that long. I mean, I don't mind going a length of time, but I don't know how to fill that time if it's as time consuming as it usually is. It may not be as time consuming as I usually experience because I'm usually not doing it on a computer as fast as Greg's computer, which we don't really know much about yet. So while that's running, let's go explore. Isn't that a Star Trek thing too? Exploring, yeah, right. Well, let's come over here, this PC, properties. So we're Ryzen 5 2600 6-core processor, 3.9 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of memory. And let's see, somebody asked about the number of partitions. Let's go. I want to keep practicing this Windows key R and disk mgmt.msc. I like typing things in. So 3 partitions. So, and who was asking that? It seems to me it was whoever it was that it was asking about the partitions. Are you the one that originally said that when you saw 3 partitions, you thought that it was not a GPT configured drive? And what do you deduce from what you see now? I would love to hear where you're at with that. So then looking at some other chat here, Sam says, addressing to Kevin, see that a lot of things get deleted that were actually Windows 10 features that don't really bother the amount of resources. Okay, Kevin talking about Steel Series. Oh, his reference to keyboard was Steel Series. Is that what you're saying, Greg, that you thought the Steel Series was related to keyboard?
Yeah, if you have a Steel Series.
Yeah, the error messages you were getting regarding Steel Series.
Yeah. And I don't even have that brand of keyboard and mouse.
Somebody else said Steel Series was related to APC battery backups. I think they said.
Yeah,
And Harambe says Steel Series make mouse and keyboard. Harambe asks, do you use that gaming PC you built? Oh, Harambe is referring to videos that I did of building a gaming PC. No, I do not use that. I built a gaming PC in a, what do they call it, micro case or mini case. And that was for a friend of mine who runs a flight training program, pilot training program for high school kids. And they use that same model of custom build for using Microsoft Flight Simulator with an added training package on top of it that's specifically for helping train private pilots. So they get the flight simulator with all the, sit in the cockpit type of controls. And my friend has 5 or 6 of those now in public schools. And this one that he asked me to build for him, he's going to have at the airport down the street. And he's doing a different program that is specifically due to, Corona and, schools kind of not really operating normally. So that's where that PC went to. Now, my streaming computer is a custom-built computer that I had built by a company. I wonder if I'm going to remember the name of that company. But anyway, I ordered it online from them. And it was as a gaming PC, but that was in 2012, 2013, so it's a little bit obsolete, but it's working pretty well. I don't really do any gaming. Sam, that's good. Sam, that's GPT. GPT. Oh, and then maybe I said the initials wrong. Sam, 2 parts, NBR, 3 or 4 parts is GPT. Okay. Got it. Harambe, are the updates done now? Well, thanks for asking. Have I not been paying attention? Oh, over here. Restart required. Yeah, they're all pending restart. So yes. What I'd like to eventually get to with this channel is to have 1 or 2 or 3 people. I might even call them assistant producers, where you have my cell phone number, and when I'm overlooking something like that, you can send me a text message. Like in this case, are the updates done? Because I think they've been sitting here for a while. So we're going to reboot now, Greg, okay?
Okay.
So when it restarts, I should be able to automatically reconnect. You could go ahead and start reconnecting the Zoom session if you have opportunity before you see me moving around. So here we go. Restart now. All right, looking at chat. I guess I can leave you on that screen. Windows update need to restart. Sam, now that you have to restart anyway, can Greg check if he got more options in advanced restart? Okay, we'll do that. We can still do that. I didn't look at that close enough, or before we did the restart. And understand your spelling correction there. Harambe should look into Discord. I am. And it's marketed for gaming, but it's a powerful platform for any community. Well, I tell you what, I've tried Discord a few times and I really did not care for the experience. Maybe I haven't given it enough chance, but yeah, I just did not, in the places I got into, I just didn't find it very useful. I don't mind you bringing up that subject to me again down the road, or even more right here, Harambe, but yeah, I've gone to look in tech support areas and tech conversations, and there was just a whole lot of wasted fluff that didn't interest me. All right, so how are we doing? Oh, that during that reboot, it's going to be doing some installing of updates, so that's going to take a while. So I'm going to leave this screen on here. You guys will be able to see when it's back online. If I miss that, watch this. You've never been invited to do this before. If I'm missing something, go ahead and use all caps in the chat. Normally all caps are frowned upon. Oh, look at that. We got a remote control session button already. I'm guessing that we're going to see it installing updates rather than going. Oh, here we're getting to the login screen. He's logging in. So that wasn't a long update apparently. All right. So there's Zoom. Logitech Capture. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let's go over here to Zoom. I think we can just type Zoom and get straight to the app. I don't want to do Logitech Capture because it has some really good features to it, but it puts in some lag between the camera and the microphone. At least when I'm doing that through a live stream. If you're just doing Logitech Capture behind a Zoom meeting, it's fine. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
I can hear you and see you.
Yep, we're back. So I don't want to do this Logitech Capture. True, that's full functionality. It does give more functionality of the Logitech webcam. But when trying to do that in combination with Zoom and live streaming, it puts in too much lag between visual and audio, so you can't lip sync. You're just way out of sync.
What are we going to do next? Check the Win version?
Sure. Windows key R, WinVer. Now, Harambe suggested that we check to see if your boot options are available now. So we got 1909, 18363.1440. So I think that 1440 is higher than what we had.
Yeah, we had 959.
All right. So Windows key, update space settings. It shows up in search. Press enter. Check for updates. And you know, this misleads people thinking that you're up to date. Check today, 452. No, you're not up to date. Not until you click that update, check for update buttons, and it finds none. So there's a security update, there's a Defender update, and a Defender update. So these are minor.
Yeah.
I don't think these will even require a reboot. Down here we have optional updates. Cumulative update for 1909. So those updates have finished.
Yeah,
so here's optional for cumulative for 1909. All right, so we'll download that. And we've already successfully done a cumulative for 2102. So that is beyond what you were successful with before we started this whole project. You were not successful with any cumulatives after October 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably... Now I think I wish we had gone back and actually documented that on the video to show that your latest cumulative update was September or October 2020. But didn't think of it, so let that go. Checking chat. Harambe, Discord, it's marketed for gaming, but powerful platform for any community. Sam says, Discord, it's my baby. Sam, I don't like that big update to be optional. All right, so that was showing up as optional for the 2103 cumulative. Everyone else recently got the 2103 cumulative just as a matter of process. So Yeah, it's interesting that that was shown as optional. William Dawson, get something to drink. You have a few minutes coming up. Downloading 100%. So yeah, this update is likely going to take a little time. You know what I'm going to do? How am I going to do this? There. Yeah, I'm going to try turning this. Whoops, not that one. Yes, I do need that one. No, I don't need that one. I've got, as you guys are getting accustomed to my equipment, I got 2 webcams up here. This one's for Zoom. This one is for XSplit. There are reasons behind that. So right now, you're seeing Zoom, so I'm going to adjust that one so that I can stand up for a little bit. Aye. Oh, good grief.
I agree. I turned 70 last October.
I got a few years to get there. I don't feel like big up. Oh, you know what? I should look at chat over here on the Mac. It's easier to see. Get something to drink. Oh, nothing else there. Yeah. So when I move back like that, you see me even bigger. Yeah, I need to stretch a little bit.
Yeah, I sit too long in the recliner and it's hard to get up a little bit.
For you guys in the chat that are younger, man, don't grow older. Just don't do it. Well, I don't mean die. Just keep exercising and stuff so you don't have all these issues.
I keep active. Yard work when it gets warmer and tinkering with my car, helping my neighbor. He's an aviation helicopter maintenance mechanic.
So Harambe says, if you made your own Discord server, it could help grow your community. You can set it up the way you like it. Have people join calls, suggest things. Well, hey, I'm intending to have people join the Zoom session here on YouTube. I can do that now. That's very much something of what I want to do, but I don't understand how Discord promotes a channel or a Discord to other people. And at the moment, I'm fine with YouTube. I think there's plenty of opportunity here. Harambe, set bots that post your stream every time you go live. Well, I can do that with YouTube and with streaming software. There's ways to do that too, but I haven't gotten that aggressive yet. I'm learning one thing and developing one thing at a time. Rick, I shouldn't get to 70 according to my doctor. This September is my limit with my cancer. Oh, I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to chuckle at the beginning of that. Sorry to hear that. William, too late to I already getting older. Yeah, so you know whereof we speak.
It says restart now. You want me to restart?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, restarting now.
Well, there you go. I do have somebody on the phone with me who's watching that, because you can't even watch the video now, and I'm talking out into dead air because he can't hear me. Let's see. So this session, since we restarted it, has been an hour 22. Is that right? 19 viewers. Oh, I like your outlook, Rick. Has well, I'm not sure what you mean by don't give a damn. I hope that's not a depressing thing, but I kind of hope that if I see my time coming, that I could find peace with it. Harambe, it's just a place for your YouTube community to go and discuss things. So if your stream's offline, they can still check stuff out or see announcements you post. And Sam recovered as long as you stay positive. Yeah, from Sam to Rick. Yeah, I would concur with that. And I hope you find camaraderie among folks in YouTube and wherever else you're active in. Not depressed, just enjoy every day while I can. Awesome. That's what I was hoping to hear your outlook is. So glad to hear that. Oh, let's see. I got to get remote control session here. See, there it is. If I had an assistant producer on the phone or on text or in the Zoom session, you would be bumping me and telling me to do that. So the idea of assistant producer is someone else who's in the Zoom session and can speak up when I'm missing something. And there he's going to hit audio, or he's wondering if I'm going to do it. And what did I just click on? I clicked wrong. Let's get back here.
Okay. Yep, here he is.
Yep, we got you. We got you back. So minimizing that guy, bringing this down so it's hidden under the one that I'm displaying, and then we'll minimize this. And then Windows key R, whoops, that went on my computer instead of yours. Windows key R, WinVer is still there. And 1909, let's make this full screen. 18363.1443. I don't think that went up, but those are just security updates.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, did that go up? I think it went up because that wasn't
I think
security
we were at
update.
1410, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because what we just did was the 20 March cumulative update.
Yeah, 2103.
So that should have incremented that number. Update, and press enter and check for updates. We're expecting to see 20H2 become available. We are getting close to the real answer of what we were driving to get.
Updates never worked this good since last October.
Yeah. Let's see, Rick saying taking bets as who lasts longer, me or my 17-year-old cat. Okay, Rick, my money's on you. Okay, so that just did a couple of security updates very quickly, I think. I saw it on the YouTube video, not on screen. So that has not yet given us 20H2. So we could go seek it from the update catalog. So one of the reasons why it would not be offered to you yet is if Microsoft knows that your computer is somehow not compatible with it.
Huh.
When it didn't recognize that before. I'm just questioning in my mind, since this is, let's go back, WinVer 1909, we know that is out of coverage in May, I think second week of May.
But
and
shouldn't Windows Update sense that I'm behind and offer it to me?
It should be, but I'm wondering if there might be some kind of a timer or something that's not going to do it the same day that you performed your installation. I don't know. That seems kind of far-fetched, because why would Microsoft be anticipating that somebody's going to install 1909 when it's no longer even offered?
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to be able to do that. We could, looking for info on latest updates, learn more. Let's take a look at what we get there.
That goes to the Microsoft page.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty generic. This is, I'd be curious to see if your computer prompts for it within the next day or two, but I don't know that you want to stay on this. You know, you've just lost all of your stuff. But what we did here, what we have done, and this was our intention, is we have proven your computer. No, we haven't. The intention was to prove that your computer could upgrade all the way to 20H2. We haven't done that. We have, however, proven that your computer can do updates past October 2020.
Right.
And that's an issue. We could go seek 20H2, and why not? I don't see that any benefit. If we were to wait and see that after a day or two it prompts for 20H2, so what? Do we care about that? What we care about is, will your computer actually update to 20H2?
Right.
So I'm leaning towards doing that now.
I'd have to agree with you.
All right. So what did I just do? Did I just somehow turn your video off? I did. Oh, that's what it was. I moved this a little bit and I inadvertently turned your video off. That's what happened to us earlier. And I bet, well, yeah, no, I'm not going to go down that road any further than that. All right, so let's go get 20H2. Now, I'm deliberating over going straight to the catalog for it or to Google for it. I'm guessing that Google for...
Should take us to Microsoft.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if it'll take us straight into the catalog. So let's find out. Update to Windows 10 20H2. Get Windows 10 October 2020 update. Well, yeah, that it is October 2020 for H2. We've done cumulative updates subsequent to that for 1909. But the Windows 10 October 2020 update, this is not saying cumulative update. This is the 20H2. Down here it actually calls it 20H2. Right click, new tab. I want to see if they're actually calling it 20H2 in here. Ready for your device, available for download. Windows update page and settings. If you want to install now, settings, update, security, Windows update, check for updates. If updates available, install them. If it's not offered automatically, you can get it manually through Update Assistant. So, is Update Assistant available here?
I don't think so. I think you have to Google it.
All right. So like we got Update Assistant link here. When I float the mouse over that, down in the bottom left corner, it shows that that's going to be from a support.microsoft.com help and then some strange oddball number. Windows 10 Update Assistant. Download the Update Assistant. Windows 10 Update Assistant downloads, installs features, updates like such and such, offer new functionality, yada. Get these updates automatically after you download the Update Assistant. All right, go for that. And update now.
Yeah.
Download it here. And just point out that on this page there is also creating Windows 10 installation media. Update now.
Seen that before.
Is compatible. Yeah, and that's worth mentioning to the chat room. When you were trying to install 20H2 before, you did get to this screen that says your computer is
Right,
compatible.
got to that screen.
Yes, you've been to this screen. So checking with chat. Harambe says if version 20H2 isn't offered automatically through check for updates, you can get it manually through Update Assistant. William says since 21H2 is coming out sometime this month or early next month. 21H2, really? Is 21H1 out yet? Not sure. Kevin says force with media creation tool. So force media creation tool. Media creation tool, I think, would have been given us opportunity to just, like, instead of doing all those updates that we did, we could have come to the media creation tool and performed an update installation. And of course, without creating media. And if we actually created USB bootable media, we could use that to actually do an original installation with 20H2. Rick says it did that to me on my other desktop with nothing on it. I had to download it from Microsoft Media Downloads. Rick says it was when I changed from HDD to SSD. Okay. William says it has to be downloaded. Kevin says yay. Sam says no 21 update yet. That is my understanding. I mean, really, 20H2 only became available for general release. What, it's just been weeks now? I think. Kevin says you can also update with the creation tool, kind of like with the update assistant you are using now. So, Kevin, with the media creation tool, you're saying that you can actually perform an in-place update differing from an in-place upgrade, I think. I think you are suggesting there's a capability in there that I have not attempted. All right, time to stand up again. Is anybody in the chat room interested in jumping on board into the Zoom session and putting your face on camera and saying hello? If you do want to do that, just say so in the chat. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Sam says the update assistant is faster than the media creation tool. All right, kind of sounds like, Sam, you've compared them. I'm way overdue for going out for a walk around my blocks.
It's dark here and it's a little chilly out.
So Rick responds that he would, but he doesn't have Zoom. Sam says maybe some other time, Doug. Okay, well, that's fine, thank you. And what do we have? 18 concurrent viewers. It seems like the stream has been working okay for a while now. In the stream health, On YouTube, the last error message was at 4:28, so that's over an hour ago. And let's see what my streaming computer says now for speed. A little bit of bouncing around. Saw it go up, I don't know, 10, 11 or so, then down to 8, and then back up. All right, not bad. And then switch back to here and to here. So we're at 49%. Atex says stream has been solid for a while now, looking good. Dan the Man, stream has been good. Sam says downloading the net cumulative update now on my Azure VM so that I can work next week without having to wait. So you're a virtual machine on Azure. I tinkered around with that a little bit and just really didn't find a good use case in my environment. William Dawson, if interested in 21H2, here a download Windows 10 21H2 build, official ISO images. As far as I can tell, it's still in beta. Oh, beta. Okay, yeah. Well, there are test. What do they call them now? Rings or
Insider program?
Say again?
The Insider program?
Yeah, Insider program. There's
where they test the betas and report
right. There's 2 or 3 levels of testing where you can volunteer to be in those groups.
After this scenario, I would not volunteer.
I've had no interest in volunteering, and I think really a downside is that yes, Microsoft is relying a lot on those test volunteers, but a lot of those are from corporate environment where they want to test early before they release to all their people.
Yep.
And so a lot of their configurations in those corporate environments do not reflect the rest of us in the world.
And the Navy's that way. They have what they call NMCI, Navy Marine Corps Internet. They manage everything on the desktop. You can't install anything anymore. You can't even plug in a USB now.
So Rick says he just downloaded Zoom. It seems the US version is the only one. I know that the web address of zoom.us is the primary method to get to it in US, and I don't remember, Rick, if you're in the US or not. And I don't even know if it or how it matters. But it's free. There's no cost to it, and it's easy to do, and you we just did that on Greg's computer after doing the fresh install of Windows. I just went to the zoom.us website and clicked to join a session. It downloaded the software. I clicked on the download file, and that installed the program. Very quick and easy and no cost.
Yeah, I'm sure Zoom's really busy this last year.
Oh, gosh, yeah. And they've done a ton of upgrades and security tightening because they were not prepared for that onslaught, but they did step up.
That's good.
Rick is in England. So I don't know what you need to do with Zoom from England, but since Zoom is being used all around the world, I'm sure there's an answer to that.
183%. Yeah, we used to do a lot of video teleconferencing when I was in the Navy with we had 105 commands that we processed all their message traffic for them.
Yeah. Let's see, do I want to do it that way? No, I don't want to do it that way. I want to keep this window open so that you can see it. I'm going to go do a little other exploring. Where would I want to do that? All right, I'm going to open another window on my remote computer, and let's see, I already have Google open, so I'll come over here and do a Google search and find out what is the deal with Zoom in England. Is Zoom available in England? There's a good search question. Monthly plan or host basic is free. Zoom review 2021. So does Zoom work in England? Yes, Zoom works globally. You can start, join a meeting from any international location. Let's see, Zoom UK download. It takes you to zoom.us. How do I download Zoom UK? And it goes to zoom.us. So you go to zoom.us to do the download even if you're in UK. All right, minimizing that, coming back to Greg's computer. Now we're on
verifying, yeah.
Yeah, verifying download. Oh, Rick says it says join a meeting or sign up. Yeah, so if you'd like to, Rick, you could choose join a meeting, and I'll put in the meeting ID and the credentials in the chat. It's not a secret until somebody starts abusing it. And if that happens, then I'll just change the credentials. So the meeting ID is 559-500-3498, and the passcode, very complex, and there it is. So if you want to join that meeting, you just go ahead and click right into it, and you'll ring a doorbell when you're coming in here, and we'll bring you in. And you can help us pass the time while we're waiting for this.
Well, we're at 43% installed.
Yeah. Let's see, what else was there on here? Says okay, so then Sam says, I use that virtual machine to work from. Since my corporate computer, I don't have an administrator account. So with a cloud machine, I can do whatever I want, wherever I want. Great, sounds good. I think, Rick says, I think it should work if you want to try it. I think that's referring to Zoom. And William says, depending on your computer, it can go 20 to 30 for 20 H2 to install. So they're saying 20 to 30 minutes, I think. Oh, there's a doorbell. Here we go. Let me spread this up a little bit so that we can see you on the video. How do I do this? Oh, I gotta do this on another screen. Yeah, you're gonna have to change your audio. And don't quite have you there yet, but you're coming, Rick. So
Yep, there he is.
You should be able to hear me.
Bear with me. Let's see. Where do I need to go here? Let's go here. There, I see you full bore on.
Hello.
Hello. So now I'm going to try to get you visible to the rest of our people. And
Yeah, sorry, it's 12:45 a.m. here.
12:45 a.m. Okay. Oh my gosh, yes, that's you're up late. Here we go. This works, and then I should be able to move this one down. There we go. Now the rest of our folks can See you. So if you've been dying to find out what Rick Hubbard looks like, now you know.
Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Come on, man.
Well, let's see. I guess, Greg, you're not seeing him yet, so let me give you a peek.
Yeah, I
over
saw him.
here.
Yeah,
Oh, you did? All right.
he was in the picture. Yeah, he's in the picture small.
Here
Oh,
he
is he?
is.
Yeah,
Oh, I see. When he speaks, he shows up.
yeah.
All right. Who are you trying to show us there, Rick? Oh, your cat.
That's Tiggy.
Diggy.
This silly old fool.
He doesn't seem very camera friendly.
No, he's not. Hey, go on with you.
Where are you at, Rick? In the UK?
I'm in Leicester, central England.
I've been to, when I was in the Navy, the ship pulled in Portsmouth, I think 3 times.
Yeah, Leicester.
Okay, I'm going to catch up a little bit on chat here. Let's see, Rick, you want to try it? Kevin says, Sam, I wrote my own script to do the things I want, so it's safer than those others. I agree, some can do a lot that you might not want. Sam says the Zoom URL is .us, but it works just fine. It's not like Amazon that you have to be on your own region, right?
Jump off, Tiggs.
And Kevin, I have an ESXi XCPNG host at home for all my virtualization needs. And Sam's at 1:47 a.m. Yeah, great.
I can turn this one off.
So, Rick, was this your first experience on Zoom? Oh, just got his headset on. Rick? You hear me, Rick?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I was asking, is this your first experience on Zoom?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Well, welcome. Glad you came in. And we're
thank
looking 77%. We got 17 viewers. And waiting for fireworks to happen. Greg, you actually, when your failed attempts for 20H2 was giving an error message before getting this far, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're really looking pretty good. So let's talk about next steps then, assuming that this completes just fine. So then that proves there is something about your installation of Windows, whether it's software or drivers or corrupted configurations or residual elements of software installed in the past or software that's conflicting somehow. And we were pursuing that path until I said that I want to see something that works. I need to see something that works. And here it is. We got something that works. This proves your equipment, it does not have a problem with Windows 20H2, assuming this completes fine, and it looks obvious it's going to. So then we can restore the backup image that we did and put more efforts into trying to get it to update to 20H2.
But won't that bring the corrupted files in that are in the OS over and we'll have the same problem again?
Well, if they are corrupted files, if that is the problem. The direction that I would go is to uninstall anything that is outside of Microsoft products. So you've got a Malwarebytes, you've got we haven't tried doing the update since we uninstalled the Arrow tweaker, if I'm saying that right, and I'm not sure if there's anything else there or not.
That's
But
a pretty
since,
popular product.
pardon?
That's a pretty popular product.
That you gotta let go of that. Kyocera is a popular copy machine.
True.
Popular does not mean it's not the source of trouble, but
That's true.
since we have an image backup, we can go very aggressive, meaning we can just uninstall a slew of stuff, not caring about the consequences, because we can always restore the image again. So we can uninstall everything outside of Microsoft stuff. We can do whatever other aggressive procedures I can think of, and then see if we can do the update. If we can, then that means something out of all of that stuff that we did was the culprit. And then we can start narrowing down where the culprit actually is. I'm suspecting, my guess would be, if we do very aggressive uninstalling of everything that is not Microsoft, and we still have a problem, then that problem may be because of some corrupted operating system element or some residual installation configurations or files from something that's been uninstalled. And when I said the corrupted installation files, I immediately know that some people are going to be saying, do system file checker /scan now.
I've done that.
Yeah, I know you've done
20
that.
times and it says nowhere is found.
And I've done that so many times and it's never produced a solution. And I am very, very, it's hard for me to believe that that is really going to catch everything that might be corrupted within the Windows operating system. So now there's been, I think, just one new message. Kevin, I would use Revo uninstaller to remove the unwanted software. I've looked at Revo and I've tried it, and yes, that may work, and that would be an easy aggressive thing to do because it will automate a lot of it, and that could be a way to go. I really like the auto runs application within sysinternals because it's not a third-party product that's trying to do that work. It takes you right and shows you everything that is in place and gives you some easy ways to remove and delete. It is not as quick and easy as Revo uninstaller, but Revo uninstaller is only as good as it works. But if it works, it would give us a pretty quick go-to solution. So I'm kind of talking in circles there, and it might be hard to decipher which way Doug wants to go with that. And I'd say that it's still kind of an open question in my mind. But yes, Revo installer would certainly be on the table.
Are you talking about taking the backup of my old OS and putting it on the D drive?
No, we would, the first thing we would do is create an image backup of this installation as exists right now.
Okay.
To your second drive. You'll have to reconnect it, obviously. And then we'll do a restore
Of the old.
of your image to your M.2 drive. And then we'll go very aggressive with using Revo uninstaller or sysinternals auto runs, or whatever method we choose. We'll go very aggressive there and see if we can get your original Windows to a point where it will do the Windows 20H2 update. Assuming you will still come along for the ride.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Yeah, because this is still,
As long as we make a backup image of the good
yeah,
install first.
because we could keep going and going at this and still never get to something that actually updates
Yeah, it tells us what
20H2.
the problem was.
And we may just come back to here. All right. I see 20 viewers. Thank you for everybody being there. I don't know how many of you have followed this process since Thursday. This is our 3rd session. Well, that's if you count our afternoon as one session. We actually had 2 live streams for it. And where are we at? 82% complete.
Yeah.
So, what I had intended to do over the last several minutes was outline what I think we ought to be headed for next in order to provide an opportunity for anyone else to chime in, whether you like that or don't or have other ideas. I'm going to play with this a little bit. Seems to me there's a way that I can make this go vertical to show 3 images stacked. Yeah, I don't know. Let that go. All right, well, I'm going to take this opportunity to go get me another bottle of water.
Yeah, I just finished one too.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to... Yeah. I'm going to mute my microphone and turn my camera off. Talk amongst yourselves. Whoops. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves. I'm muting and turning my video off.
Hi, Roman.
It says 49 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't know what that is in centigrade, Celsius or centigrade or whatever they call it these days. Let's go to the BBC website. BBC homepage. Weather. Leicester. Oh, we've got 7 degrees Celsius. Oh.
You're a little bit warmer than we are then, I think.
That's at 1 o'clock in the morning. I see you're a smoker like me.
Yeah.
The doctors tell you to quit as well.
Haven't seen a doctor for years. But yeah, I've been told that.
Well, it was quite strange actually, because my dad had throat cancer and had all his throat taken out at age 78. And they said it was due to smoking, even though he'd given up 50 years before that.
Jeez.
So basically, too late for me.
Yeah, cigarette prices went up. It used to be for 3 packs, it was 21 and change. And then it went to 23, and now it's up to 27 as of a couple of days ago.
Well, for 1 pack here, it's about £10, which I think is about 15 $13 or $14.
Ooh, that's expensive.
That's for one pack of 20 cigarettes.
Yeah, I usually get 3 packs for, it used to be 21 and change, and it went up to 23, and now it's up to 27.
Well, I get one 50-gram pack of tobacco, and that lasts me about a week. I've never counted how many cigarettes that is.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, we're jumped up to 84%.
Was that a jump?
A little bit.
Well, it was 80 something when I left, wasn't it?
I think it was 81 or 82.
Yeah.
I had to turn the sound off on YouTube because I was getting double audio with a delay.
Oh, it was giving you a delay on YouTube, yeah. So I think we have your audio now just over Zoom. Okay, I want to catch up. Looks like I think I have some more chats here. Kevin says use Revo uninstaller to remove unwanted software. Rick says loved all 3 sessions. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oops, I'm seeing some glitches in the stream. Okay, I'm going to switch over here to a speed test and see what I'm getting now. I'm getting glitches right now. Am I showing that? Yes, I think I am. And that looks a little challenged. This says stream is healthy, 604 no data. Yeah, it has been struggling. All right, so let's come back to here and here. Yeah, we're 84%. I got a couple messages in the YouTube stream studio of warnings and no data and such over the last few minutes, and I saw some buffering on one of my computers. Let's see, William, sounds the only way to go to find out what was wrong. Okay, Sam says I watched your video today from Sheldon. Now I have a lot of cases fixing cloud accounts and securing cloud data. Very interesting to see. Good. That's a lot of cases. So I'm thinking, Sam, that you're saying that you need to do some fixing like that for some computers that you work with. And Harambe, why is tap water bad in America? That would be because they get contaminants in the underground water and has to be treated.
100% complete.
Yeah. Oh, 100% complete. Restarting in 29 seconds. And I have that on video. Save your work, leave your PC plugged in. So we're going to lose you from Zoom and the remote connection while it restarts. And...
You want me to just click the restart now button? I'm gonna have to wait.
Oh, this is going to wait 29 minutes. Oh yeah.
29 minutes? Yeah.
That's 29 minutes. I thought it was seconds.
I thought it was too.
Yeah, no, we don't want to wait for that. Go ahead and click restart.
Okay.
Catch you in a few.
Still see you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's interesting. You told it to restart. Is it going to do it? There you go.
He's gone.
And so that leaves you and me, Rick.
Yep.
To carry the show. Griffin says 49F equals 9.5C. So 49 degrees Fahrenheit equals 9.5 degrees centigrade. Kevin says this
Case
is
it's warmer
normal.
there than here.
Give it a second. Say again, Rick?
I say it's warmer there than here. It's only 6 degrees here centigrade.
Ah, okay.
Tiggy, shut up. I know you're being ignored. Shut up. Oh, come on.
And let's see. I need to be watching for the launch remote control session button to come back. Now this ought to take longer because this should be going through one of those bar graphs where it goes from 0 to 30% and then reboots and then climbs some more.
I was actually surprised how quick it was when I did it on my other desktop.
How quick he was. I'm having a little difficulty with your audio. Are you able to move your microphone closer to your mouth, Rick?
It's on the webcam. I've not got a separate microphone.
Okay, that was a little bit better when you're leaning forward there, I think. So you said you were surprised that he came back so quick?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, through one of those reboots. Yes, I was surprised too. Yeah, but this is the 20H2. This is the big one that has been our goal and objective all along, except that we wanted to do it on top of his existing current Windows installation. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go bring up some screens over here. Are you still seeing the YouTube video, Rick?
Yes.
All right. You're just doing the audio from Zoom and turned off the audio from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I came over here to, I created a folder with some shortcuts for some web addresses in relation to the errors that we were most recently getting with Greg's computer, and looking at the things that were being said in there as far as suggestions. And there were some things that we have not tried, and in regards to some, so I think, which was this? Take owners, ICACLS. That looks like some kind of a rights option. And the bottom line is I found some things that we have not tried doing yet, but I didn't find anything where people are saying that those suggestions solved their problem. So I'm somewhat skeptical. Yeah, here's one. We were talking about the bits and encryption something or other. That's Windows Update Service. So anyway, there's more specific stuff in here that we didn't actually cover all of that, at least not methodically. And then when I scroll down through this to see if anybody was saying that these instructions solve their problem, going all the way down here to the bottom and see if there's some solutions. Bits and MSI server were not running anyway. After I started them, couldn't open services anymore, couldn't rename, so that's not as successful. When selecting upgrade, I get the same error message, so not a help. Rollback does not exist on my device, not a help. So those are unsuccessful attempts at those things. And these blog sites, they make money by getting people to come to their site. They don't have a high level of motivation that everything they give is a solution. They just need you to come to their site. So a lot of times I see that they just say, try this, try that. You could do this, you could do this. Quickly, if the features never fill, I saw several sites with threads about it being blank. So this is somebody else kind of complaining. Have your Windows updates been operating normally? I think this is actually one of the helpers. It may take a while. Windows 7. Oh, this is, well, that's 2019. Apparently this person was having those same error symptoms with Windows 7. So anyway, you could keep doing these searches all day long and keep coming up with other suggestions.
I'm not any kind of programmer.
I'm sorry, Rick, what was that?
I say I've not had any problem since 1803, and I always used what was it, Microsoft Disability Help Desk back then.
Okay.
They were brilliant.
Oh, that's awesome to know. So you're using Microsoft Disability Help Desk, and they help you through some issues.
Yeah, that was 2 or 3 years ago.
All right. So going back over here to log me in, rescue, and the launch remote control session button is not available yet. And this counter is showing us that it's been 6.5 minutes since the last time the computer started rebooting. So it's rebooting, but not counting into a session yet. So I think this counter is going to have to start over again from 0. So it kind of looks to me like we're going to be doing the session again tomorrow. 1 or 2 sessions. Because once we get finished with this update, I think I'm going to call it a wrap for today. And it is 9:15 for Greg right now. And you're middle of the night now, Rick, right?
1:15 in the morning. I'm a bit
Yeah.
of a nut. I don't go to bed till about 3 or 4, so no worries.
All right.
The old uns, we don't need as much sleep as we did decades ago.
Okay, so if you go to sleep at 3 or so, what's your normal time getting up?
Oh, about 7.
Wow.
But if I need to sleep in the daytime, obviously I do, because I can. I mean, there's only me and
Yeah.
this old fool here. So,
That's great. So
But I mean-
tell me about
Go on.
your computer.
I've built about 5 so far using Carey's videos.
Okay.
This one's sort of my personal rocket ship, and it does everything I need to do. And this one's got a, hang on, where's, I can't remember what's in it. Properties. This one's an i5-8400 on
All
this
right.
computer. And the other one, what's in that one? That's an i5-4460. That's on DDR3 RAM. This is on DDR4. This one's on an NVMe drive. The other one's on an SD. And to be honest, for my usage, I can't tell the difference between the two.
Oh, that was going to be my next question.
So, but I mean, I only use it for like YouTube, and I've got about 15 email addresses, which I don't use Microsoft app for anymore.
Yeah.
I use, what is it, a program called Thunderbird.
Okay, Mozilla Thunderbird for your email.
Yeah. and that does all 15 email addresses and updates them regularly.
You keep up with 15 email addresses?
Yeah, it all started years ago. I was playing a game called Last Chaos, and I had about 15 characters, each on a separate email address, running 6 computers, so I could use 6 different characters and kill the top boss on my own.
Aye. Aye.
And I still play that stupid game now and again. But now I just have 2 desktops and 2 laptops.
And so the desktops are your custom builds. The laptops, are they brand name computers, I imagine?
They're both Toshibas. One's a Tecra, one's a C50, but I've upgraded them both to SSD. The Tecra's got 16 gig of RAM, and the old C50's only got 8. But they do what I need them to do.
Harambe's asking what game. What did you say the game was called?
Last Chaos.
Last?
Last Chaos. CHAOS.
You could type it into the chat.
Oh, yeah, of course I can. There you go.
Last Chaos. All right. Got it. Well, here's an interesting question. Let's see. I'm showing 17 in the chat. I'm wondering how many of you are Kerry Holzman viewers.
Well, you know I am.
Yeah, I know you are. So what would be the question? So just type me. If you type in the chat room me, then I'll know that you're saying that you are a Kerry Holzman fan or viewer, or maybe that's how you found out about my channel. I'm kind of thinking there might be a lot of them. Harambe doesn't know who that is. Okay, very good. Harambe came from some other place. Yeah, ATAX and Dan the Man, William Dawson. Eddie Tuhig, Griffin. I think some of these names I actually recognize from my time on Kerry's channel. I don't always participate heavily in the chat when I'm watching his video. It's just sometimes I'm in the frame of mind to do that. And Winter Mute and Sam. Awesome. Oh, I've got a launch remote control session button available. And it shows 17 seconds. So we might be seeing some update messages still. Yeah, there we go. Working on updates 90%. So I'm moving the mouse around. That'll be enough to tell Greg that I'm watching. I wouldn't be surprised if it restarts again. Let's fix the picture-in-picture a little bit here. Okay.
That's still pretty fast.
You're feeling it's fast coming back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it ought to be. It's a fast computer and M.2 drive, so I will expect it to be good performance. 100%. Is it going to restart again? I don't think it
Since I
will.
did it, I don't
I think
remember
it'll go
how
into
it
the...
restarts it,
Yeah, there we go. Log in.
Well, the update has obviously worked.
Yeah, it has. So I think we've got our next steps lined out is to do an image backup of the computer as it stands right now, and then restore an image backup. First, trying to do it with a Cronus because I want to see how to do that, and we should be able to do that without any USB stick involved. I know I can do that with the Macrim Reflect. It does not need a USB stick. And then we'll get really aggressive about removing stuff and see if we can get the computer to a point to install 20H2. And the good thing about it is that it fails pretty quickly when it fails. So let's exit that guy and start here, type Zoom, backspace, there's the Zoom app, join a meeting, and this drop down will show us a recent meeting, and join. That was the 6 for the meeting code. Join with video and join with computer audio.
Yeah, loud and clear.
You're back.
Welcome back, Greg.
Here we go.
See what the Win version is now?
Yeah. Let's see. Whoops. I'm doing some adjustments on my screen. Trying to move this to a more appropriate place. Let's maximize your... Go to full screen. Move that guy. And fix this. Then come back to your computer, minimize this guy. Windows key R, WinVer, enter 20H2.
All right.
Where's the fireworks?
Hit the alarm button.
Bunch of confetti coming down. We got something that works.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to tell you. That gives us some better focus on how to deal with this. So we were just talking while waiting for you to come back, Greg, about the next steps then is to make an image backup of your computer as it sits right now, do a restore of your
Old version.
configuration, and then go for the updates. Now, we could. I'm close to the end of my day for this, and
Oh,
I
yeah, I
imagine
agree.
you are too.
Yeah,
And
I'm 25 now.
yeah,
Only thing I
So,
was gonna do was make a shortcut for my email and my bank and maybe do a Firefox install on this OS.
well, what I was leading to is instead of doing that, I think it would be quicker to make the backup of this
Okay.
image and restore your original, so you don't have to do any of that fussing. Do you follow?
If that's what you want to do,
Yeah, I think so, because I think that'd be pretty quick to do. So, of course, I've said things that I think before, haven't I?
I think it only took 10 minutes to
Yeah, I did.
do, I think, last time.
So let's now if we do I'm going to do it with Macrium because it's
Sure.
what I know to get through quickly. And if we do a Kronos, we'd have to do your license, however that happens, and
Right.
you might
I'd have to
know
get
that.
into my email to pull that license out.
Right, and we need to grab hold of that next time we have a chance to. So then, yeah, home use, we wound up doing the email. So go ahead and put in your email there.
Okay.
All right, and then continue. And then what would you like to receive? Junk mail? No.
Thank you.
Continue. Thank you for registering. Close. And then I think we had to go click on this again to actually get to a place to down. Nope. No, where do we get the download? Do we just scroll down? Ah, download over here. I wonder if we could have clicked this button without putting in your, now it wants your email again. All right.
Yeah, just highlight it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, and continue. And no. And continue. Thank you for registering. Is it going to actually do the download now? We use cookies. Does it want us to accept this first?
I thought I saw something download in the lower left-hand corner.
Did
Oh,
it?
You can
All
always
right, so
minimize
we'll go
it.
to the three-dot menu and go to downloads and see if it's there. No.
No?
Try this accept button. Why am I download? Well, that sure looks like the right place for it. Try again. Oh, check email. That's what it was.
Oh.
So once you go to your email.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
And you're off screen. Your screen is off screen.
I think it's that pronto, yeah. Yeah.
In the chat, Harambe's saying you can just click continue without any email and it downloads. Huh. Well, that's what I would rather have done that.
Hope that's right.
You know what? Give me a moment to try what Harambe is saying. Stop right there, Greg. Because if he's right, this would certainly be a better way to do it. He says we can click on home use and then just click continue without putting in an email address and it just downloads. Boom, you're right. Sweet. Thank you, Harambe. And then free version, there's fine. And download. Run installer directly after downloading. Fine. See, is there any options we care about? No. Okay, so download. Beautiful. Much better than having to get to your email. And let's see, I guess I can bring this back online on camera. User account control, yes. And next. Next. Accept. Next. Home. Next. Remove the check mark for register the installation. Click next. Desktop shortcut, fine. Click next. Install. Move that over here. Launch now. Finish. Oh, we need your second hard drive connected.
All right, let me do that.
Well, there's the 4 partitions.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Didn't we only see 3 partitions when we went through?
Maybe we needed to expand that Windows a little bit more to the right.
Disk management .msc. No, disk management only shows 3 partitions. How interesting is that? 529, that would be this one, 100 megabytes. Oh, that's this one. 529 is this one. 100 megabytes is this one. 232.25 is this one. So this unformatted primary does not show up in disk management. Interesting. All right. So I think Greg's going to have to shut the computer down to connect the second drive. And he's away from the chair. Let's see why. Oh, no, you are seeing Greg's empty chair.
I'm still here.
All right. We're going to have to shut down the computer for you to connect the second drive.
No, it should be hot swappable.
All right. Oh, you're down there connecting it right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. I thought you left the room. If I click on something on screen, is that going to shock you?
Shouldn't. Okay, it's hooked up.
All right, so I'm going to click the refresh button here and see if that drive shows up. Does not. Let's see if it shows up in Windows File Explorer. It does not, so I do not think it was hot swappable. Let's try device man.
I've seen a lot of people do it in videos.
Yeah. Whoops, that didn't get me there. What did I click on wrong? Oh, that doesn't get us device manager anymore, does it? How about right click on the Windows button and device manager? And disk drives. Nope.
Not showing up.
Nope.
We have to restart.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So we've got the software installed. And I'm going to bring your screen back down, and I'll go over here and click on my restart button. And then we'll see you again in a minute or two. And it asks for a confirmation here. Click OK. All right. And it's back to the Doug and Rick show. Let's see, I got to click on the right tab here. And so he's got a really slim installation of Windows 10 on an M.2. This should be quick.
I just ordered a headset with microphone from Amazon. That should be here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be better. Every time your mouth is pointed more towards the webcam, it's easier to hear you than when you're looking down.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah. Let's see, scan for hardware changes. Yeah, I actually didn't do that in Device Manager, did I? I did a refresh within Macrium Reflect. Doug, do you own your own IT consulting business? Yes, I do. It's called Computer Age Consulting. I provide computer support to local businesses in Fresno, California area. Been doing that for about 30 years.
Oh, the Sunshine State.
Yes, sir. And then, well, let's see. Windows key Z. There's Zoom. Enter. Join a meeting. And drop down for my meeting and join and bunch of 5s. I hope that D drive shows up since it was an MBR format. Oh. All right. Join with audio.
Yep, loud and clear.
All right. Minimize that. And bring this down here where it's hiding behind the picture-in-picture that I have displayed, and then go full screen. And I'll start with File Explorer, and there's the D drive. It is there. Close that. So we put Macrium Reflect icon on the desktop, so that made that a little easier to get to. And then click on your SSD drive up here. Image this disk. Click on the ellipsis and navigate to the C drive and Macrium Reflect backups. Okay, and this is where it's really advantageous for typing in specific image names. So I call this Greg Fresh Win10
H2.
20 H2. Agreed?
Yeah.
And next, and at this point you can actually go straight to finish. We don't even need to see this screen. Run this back up now. Save it, no. Run it, yes. It should be less than 2 minutes. Giving us a time estimate of 3 minutes. So I guess we were actually 2.5 minutes on our last one, but still
I
that.
thought it was 3:32.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You're probably right. And that was with whatever else you have had installed on it.
I'm going to assume that with this fresh install, it's going to be a bit snappier compared to what it was.
Yeah, I would think so. I had Tim Sell that popped in with us earlier on one of our sessions. We did a Macrium Reflect backup on his computer for a completely separate reason, and then we restored it, and he reported that that laptop was way faster after restoring it. We did not change the drive. He didn't go from a spinning drive to a solid state drive. In fact, I think he was a spinning drive. And so my explanation for that is Windows 10 does defragments all the time.
Yeah.
It's routine. However, it cannot defrag operating system files, I assume, because they're in use. So doing an image backup and then restoring it would be a way to defrag the operating system files. And that's my explanation. I mean, he said he would come home from work, turn his computer on, and go away and do some other things in the house and come back later and, well, a couple minutes later probably, and it wasn't ready. But now he turns it on and it's ready before he even gets out of the room. Refresh scan, scan for hardware changes. William, I hope the D drive shows up since it was MBR format. Yeah, I don't think you heard that, Greg, that William speculated maybe because that D drive was an MBR format that it would not show up. But it did. And it shows here at MBR, which that's an interesting thing to point out.
I was going to look at the startup time, that's all.
Oh, okay. So here's MBR and here's GPT. So go ahead and look at the startup time.
I usually go to Task Manager, but it's bringing up a small window.
Oh, okay. Go ahead to Task Manager, and I know the explanation for that. And then go to More Details. Once you do that once, it just automatically comes all the way into here. Yeah. And last BIOS time.
10.9. That's what it's been staying to. Every once in a while, it'll jump up to 12 seconds.
All right.
That's been the average.
All right. Okay, so here, 3 minutes, 36 seconds. Is that exactly what you said?
I think when we did it on my son's machine, it was 3 minutes, 32 seconds.
Uh,
Because I remember a couple of people in the chat were talking about it.
When we did it on your son's machine, did we do a Macrium Reflect backup on your son's machine?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
All we made was the USB.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
We've done a couple image backups on your computer, and they were fast. Okay, so that's the backup, and then I'm going to open File Explorer and just go look at those files. Confirm they're there, Macrium Reflect backups, and they have distinguishing names. And the size difference. Oh, what we just backed up was 20H2, whereas your original was not 20H2.
Yeah, so it should be smaller.
Fresh 20H2 is
A little
smaller.
bit smaller. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And same because it doesn't have all those updates that 1909 had.
Right.
And yeah. And this one, let's get a little more specific with that. This one was Windows 10 1909. And on that, 20H2 fails to install.
Right.
Because we didn't really have that identified as 1909. Okay, so then I'm going to close that. And then go to restore. And this is the sweet thing I like about Macrium Reflect. And I'm hoping that Acronis does this too, but I have not experienced it. So I'm not going that way because it's late. So here's the one we...
Yeah, the old install.
Fails. Okay, but that name didn't change. Let's refresh here. Let's refresh and see if we can get that. There, that refreshed the name. So click on that one. Restore image. Now we're restoring this to the disk that we're currently booted on. And so here's the GPT disk. Oh, you know what? Ooh. I think I've done this before. We are restoring an MBR image to a disk that is currently formatted as GPT. And it seems to me that I've done this in the past, and it restores the image onto the GPT disk. So let's see, am I got this right? Source NVMe. No, that's not right. Destination. No, that's not right. Okay, cancel this. I'm going to restart that. We are on the restore tab. I'm saying that I want to restore this image. The source of the restore operation is this file. Select the disk to restore to, and we want to restore to disk 1. I think I chose this one, didn't I? We want to restore to here.
Yeah, because you see the bottom one says MX500, which would be your source. Because you're pulling the backup image from the D drive.
Yeah, we're pulling the backup image from the D drive in this folder, this particular file. And these are the partitions that are on that image.
Right.
And then we're going to put it onto this drive. Now when I click copy selected partitions, it's going to take these partitions and display them down here. Now when I do that, oh, that changed to MBR. So that makes it me think that it is going to be on there as an MBR. And then next. And then finish. Now it's going to tell us that it can't restore to this. It needs a rescue media. So this restore must be completed in the Windows PE rescue environment. For PE is
pre-environment.
Pre-environment?
Yeah.
I think that.
Read a little bit about that.
Yeah. Do you want to build rescue media and add a boot menu now to automatically restore? Yes. So that's going to add a boot menu option for going into Windows PE, where it will automatically restore this image that we are currently asking it to restore. You won't touch anything.
No, I'm not going to touch anything unless you tell me.
When it comes to, when your computer reboots, it'll get to a boot option menu, and it will automatically select the partition for the restore partition. You won't have to choose that. It'll boot up into a Windows PE environment. Just let it sit there. It might take a second or two. Macrium Reflect will open it up and it will start performing the restore. When the restore finishes, it will shut down and restart the computer into your normal original Windows installation.
Okay.
And I have done this remote with nobody at the other end. So it's completely automated. Now when I do that, I'm typically restoring an image that has my unattended reconnect software installed, and I don't have that on yours, but we don't need that because you are there. So what we're going to do is once this reboots, we're not going to be able to see the restore operation happen. We're just going to go ahead and end this session. And I'm thinking that we're going to reschedule for tomorrow if you're available.
Sure.
Either 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. Pacific time. My first choice would be 10 a.m. if you're available for that. And that would be 11, 12, 1 p.m. your time. East Coast.
Okay, we'll go with 1 p.m. again.
Okay. So here's the last, I think this is the last click we do, or almost. I think there might be one more. Select Run from Windows PE to automatically run this restore next time Windows PE starts. So we click on this. Maybe there's one more click. Yes, restart now. So this is goodbye, Greg. See you tomorrow.
Okay. All right, see you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye, Greg.
And I'll click restart now. And then I'm going to say goodbye to Rick.
Goodbye, Greg, and thanks for letting us in.
Thanks for joining in with us, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow.
You will.
So, good. I'm going to go ahead and end the
leave
Zoom
meeting.
meeting. End meeting for all. Come back to camera on me. Look at the chat room. Scan for changes. Hope that eDrive pre-installation environment. Yes, thank you. That's right, Kevin. Pre-installation environment. All right, that's it for this video. Call it a wrap. What I do on my channel is I provide free computer support to people for technical levels like this or basic levels or anything in between. Send an email to me, DougBetts at LiveWindowsTraining.com. Give me an idea in the body of the email what you'd like to have help with, and we'll put it together. So I hope this video has been useful to you. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.